evening, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful location. This is a party that is being organized for Honorable, now a new Honorable in the state of Georgia, Honorable Gabe Okoye. He was one of the 5 Nigerian American candidates who were voted in a few weeks ago. So this is a memorable night. It's a party that is being organized for him. We have so many people present here today, so I would have to conduct some few interviews. Roll Up C and Omega Studio is here to interview a few people and just, ask them how they feel about this night. So thank you all for watching, and we hope that we'll make you proud.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Good evening. Can you please tell us your name? I know who you are, but can you tell our audience your name?
My name is Miss Gabe Okoye.
Okay. Is it okay if I say honorable too?
Yes, it's okay.
Well, thank you for putting all this together and being the backbone for your husband to be able to achieve this wonderful position that he has been very, very persistent in trying to get this position. So what does this night mean to you?
It means a lot for me because he is breaking the, he has made history in America here. He's the first Igbo here in America to be the first elected in the United States. And at the same time, I'm so proud that he's opening the door for our children and our grandchildren and our Nigerians and Africans in general, that you have to be persistent. We're here, and in this case, that we have to be persistent in order for us to continue winning elections. And let's put the young generations so they can run. Young people like you, like him. So we need people like generation to take over.
Well, but it's a good thing because, he's starting, he's leading. So, I'm sure it's paving the way, just like you said, for the younger generation to take over. And I know, of course, you're his wife, and a lot of things that people don't see behind the scene in terms of when he's at home, when he's trying, when he's putting all this together. What has been the thing that you will say is his strength?
Well, I can tell you he's a very hardworking and he's a persistent person. He doesn't give up. He does not give up. He's always willing to work harder to make sure that whatever he's doing, he's fulfilled on it.
Good.
And caring, lovely.
Caring and loving. See, that's good.
Very lovely.
That's very good. So one more question before I let you go. I know that you said to pave the way for the younger generation. What is that thing that you think is lacking in our community? And when I say our community, I would like to say Nigerians, Americans here. What is that thing that you believe that the younger generation will be able to take over and take after him?
I think the most important thing is for us to educate them, pull them, so they can know that there's nothing they cannot achieve. Okay. So I think we have to educate them, let them know that they can achieve a lot. They can become the next president in this America.
Absolutely.
So we want them to be educated, we want them to be involved, let them get involved.
Get involved.
Let them get involved.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. You look beautiful.
Love you guys so much.
Thank you. We love you too. Take care. KC. Who look we have here? We have my partner right here.
That's correct.
So KC, can you tell us? Well, I already know your name, but you still have to introduce yourself to our audience. So tell us your name.
Thank you so much. This is Ambassador KC.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Atlanta calls me Ambassador KC. It's no joke. When I say ambassador, it's for real. Yeah.
So now that we've been able to put all this together for, I like to call him Honorable. I like the new name right now.
Yes.
Honorable Okoye.
That's correct.
And I know that you've been part of his journey in terms of you've known him for a long time.
That's correct.
And all that and everything that he has done.
That's correct.
So in this new role, what would you say is going to be different for us as a community?
Well, Honorable Gabe Okoye has been a leader. And I believe in this new dispensation with his new swearing in as a state rep, District 102. Yeah, he has always been representing way back from talking about Nigeria during the time of Jonathan under the umbrella of NIDO. Yeah, Honorable Gabe was among the diasporans that went for Constitutional Review Conference representing the whole of America in Nigeria. So he has been on the lead, he's a frontliner, and he's a community person. He loves to serve. He's a very humble man. Yeah, so we're going to see a whole lot more of those success stories coming through.
Good.
As far as being able to represent This is 102, and not just This is 102 in here, but the whole of diasporans. He's a man that has a big heart, and he wears many hats. So congratulations, Honorable Gabe Okoye. We're all here to make sure that today is documented as a historic day in our history as people on a journey.
Yes.
200 years from now will not be here, but this day, those will be, thank you, those that will be around will be able to hear this, that out of one comes many.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. So, for people who don't really kind of know him like that, just hearing his name for the first time, what would you like to tell those people in terms of his leadership qualities?
Well, he didn't just run once and he won. He ran many times. What does that teach us? Is perseverance, is patience. When the time is right, it's bound to happen.
Well, thank you so much, Casey, for coming in today. You look nice.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Good.
you too.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening, of course.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
How are you today, sir?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, sir?
Okay. I'm Chudi Okafor from Nigeria. Yeah, I came to see my son who wedded in Baltimore. But Georgia is always on my mind. I'm glad to be here in Atlanta. And if you recall, I was the Consul General.
Yes, I do recall that.
11 years ago here.
Yes,
and
I do recall, sir.
after 4 years, I went back to Nigeria.
Okay.
I was appointed an ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I finished my assignment in Thailand, Bangkok.
Oh, wow.
So I'm retired now.
Good.
So I'm just trying to give back.
You're just enjoying your retirement right now.
So it's good to be here. And,
Good.
Yeah.
So tell me, what does this night means to you?
It means so much at different levels. Number one, while I was here on my assignment, I remember Engineer Gabe Okoye, Honorable Gabe Okoye now.
I know now.
One of those who was close to the office. I was proud. We have such hard-working Nigerians,
Yes.
just like most of you here.
Yes.
So I'm not really surprised at all that he's made it
Yes.
to the pinnacle. Okay?
Yes.
He walked through the ladder
He did.
since 1981. So that's the kind of thing we are talking about. Nigerian Americans,
Yes.
people in the diaspora,
Absolutely.
anywhere they are, they excel. So for me, it's an amazing evening. And once he asked me to whether I have the chance to come, I said, why not?
You had to make time
If you're
for that.
asking me. So I'm really glad to be here with my wife and my son.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Wonderful.
to grace this occasion. That's
Wonderful.
what it is. And my prayer is that our dear country will also, in every respect, measure up to the expectation, what we expect. So I don't have much to say, speechifying, just to say I'm happy to be here and be part of his success story.
Wonderful.
I greet each and every one of you and your respective families
Thank you,
also
sir.
to do well.
Thank you, sir.
Always
So
my
one last
pleasure.
question before I let you go, sir.
Yes, please.
So if there's one advice that you have for him now that he has this new role,
Yes.
this new position, what would that be?
Well, first is to keep doing what he's doing. We know this is the greatest country in terms of achievements and leadership globally. So I know he will queue up appropriately and do the right things.
Okay.
The House of Reps is not a joke. It's not a cakewalk. So, but he's more than equal to the task about what is going on. So I'm so happy, and he should keep on doing what he's doing. He will always excel.
Thank you so much for gracing this occasion with your presence. We look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Daddy, congratulations. We're so proud of you. You finally did it. You know, like, I'm at a loss for words right now. Look at this beautiful event you have going on. Everybody came to show you support. And from your kids, we're very proud of you. Congratulations, Daddy.
Congratulations. Hey, Daddy, I just want to say congratulations. We're so proud of you. It's been a long time coming. We just thank God for your win, your success. I wish you more happiness, more wins. And I'm just so happy to be here celebrating you. I love you from your favorite child.
Wow.
She said that you're his favorite child, but I'm your favorite child. I'm your baby girl. So congratulations, Daddy. We're all so proud of you. We're all here to celebrate you. We're here to dance, have a good time, and just celebrate your achievements. You are an accomplishment, and your whole family is so proud of you.
Again, we just want to say congratulations. We know how much it means to you. We know how hard you work. And again, congratulations. We've seen all the work that you put in, all the times you talk about politics at home, all the hard work really paid off. So again, congratulations. We love you from your son, the kid that you're most proud of. Again, love you.
Look at this guy. Congratulations, Daddy.
Good evening. Would you mind telling us your name, ma'am?
Sure, I'm Tracy Kaysen. I'm one of your Superior Court judges here in Gwinnett County.
I am so delighted to meet with you. So what does this night mean to you? Just to know that we're having this first Nigerian American elected to the state of House Rep. What does it mean to you? How do you see this new position for Mr. Okoye?
So I met Gabe back in 2017 when I started to run for my office when he was chair of the Democratic Party, and he was so giving, so just free with his time. You could tell, as I said, that he is a servant leader and that he wants to be involved in this community and for the betterment of this community. And Georgia and Gwinnett County is very fortunate to have him in the House.
Oh, thank you. That is so wonderful for you to say. So if there's anything, any advice that you have for him now that he has this new role, what would that be?
Turn to help where you need it. Don't think that you can do it all alone. Make sure you get the right information so that you can make the right decisions.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you so
Pretty
much.
jackets.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so very much. My name is Dr. Hetty Asiodo. I am here for Chinwe and Mr. Okoye to celebrate with them for their outstanding achievements.
Wonderful. Good to have you here. So, what does this night mean to you?
It means a lot to me. This is a historic night. I mean, something that is not quite expected, but it happened anyway. Anyway, so it's quite an historic night. It's a night that has to be memorized, remembered, and let's carry on.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. You look stunning.
Delighted to be here.
And I hope you do enjoy tonight's event and have a wonderful night.
I'll
Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Sir, would you mind telling us your name, sir?
My name is Ekang Abasute.
Thank you for coming. I just want to ask you just 2 questions, I promise. It won't be more than 2. But what does this night mean to you?
To see a fellow Nigerians to be sworn into office in this country, that means a great deal.
Yes.
It means a whole lot to me.
I know, thank you. And if there's any advice that you have for him now that he has this new role, what would that be?
He knows what to do.
He does?
He's a wonderful gentleman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's ready. He's ready for the office.
You know that he's
I
ready
know that for a
sure?
fact. I know that for a fact.
I think so too. We know that he's ready. Well, thank you for coming tonight and you enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Yourself?
Great,
Thanks for the
wonderful.
smile. Looking beautiful.
Thank you. You look
Yeah.
spiffy too.
I appreciate that.
Good,
Appreciate
good. Would you mind telling us your name?
Oh, I'm Sahida Delay by name.
Okay, well, thank you for coming, Sahid.
Thanks for having me.
What does this historic night mean to you?
Well, before I go with the night, I have to speak about the individual.
Oh, good. I like
What
that.
does Rep. Gabe Okoye mean to me?
Okay, well, let's start with that.
First is an uncle, daddy figure.
Okay.
Secondly, he's one of the few community leaders, not just of the Nigerian community, but the African community and the immigrant community,
Yeah.
who's really for the people. You understand? So transitioning from that into what's this night about, it's an opportunity to celebrate someone who has been deserving of this for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an exemplary leader. Okay, he also amplifies what patience is. You understand? Because again, like I said, this has been long in the waiting. Yes. Okay, so tonight is really to celebrate him, also to motivate him some more.
Yes.
Because this is
He will
just the
need that.
beginning.
Absolutely.
That's right, you
Yeah.
see. So, and of course, again, selfishly saying, for the Nigerian community, this is a night of pride. I remembered when they were actually sworn in, and I saw one of our friends who normally helps us to liaise with the Georgia House of Rep, and I said to him, we want us to rely on you to communicate to this house. Now we're in this house.
Oh, look at that. I like that. Now we're in this house.
Exactly.
Good. So now that you know him so very well, and then you have been part of his life, his journey, just like you said previously, this is a new role. It's a new beginning. It's, we have so many things ahead of us.
Correct.
What would that thing be that you would like him to know moving forward?
I mean, number one is his confidence, has always been, in my opinion, his strength. Okay, so I mean, there is high expectation to deliver, not just for the African or Nigerian community, but as Americans. Okay, first we're Americans and we need to live in this country, not exist. Over time, we've just been existing and just, going by what the obvious is without really demanding what benefits residents and citizens of this country. So again, we celebrate him, we appreciate him, but then he should remain confident, optimistic, and just know that his community has got his back.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that because with what you just said, it is also important for him to know that he has good and quality people behind him, rooting for him and making sure, holding him accountable to make sure that he delivers, and I'm sure he will.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
No
we will.
doubt.
But
No
thank you
doubt.
for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy your evening.
I sure will, and hope
Take
to see you
care.
in there as
Of
well.
course, I'll try.
All right,
Take
thank
care.
you. Have a good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Would you mind telling us your name, sir?
My name is Yusuf Ali.
Thank you for coming tonight, Mr. Ali. What would you like to tell us about Honorable Gabe Okoye?
Gabe is a good friend
Okay.
and he's a professional. He's doing some work for me in civil engineering work, and I really appreciate it. He's very efficient, very professional, and very trustworthy.
Oh, well, good. Those are very wonderful qualities. What are some of the advice that you have for him now that he has this new role?
Most important thing is we are the transplant from another nation.
Absolutely.
We have accepted the citizenship of this nation.
Yes.
My commitment, my advice is to that represent everybody. We are a people of community, people of this community now.
Yes.
Even though we have got our relationship back into our own country, but this is our country, this is our generation's country, and we got to put the foundation for our coming generation that what are we doing to assimilate in this community and contribute for going forward.
Wonderful. Before I let you go, I like what you said about the upcoming generation, because what I noticed that a lot of times people don't talk about that a lot, and it's very, very important to be able to kind of bring on board the generation coming behind us. What are some of the things that you would say in terms of what he needs to do to kind of encourage those generation? The ones after us to kind of imbibe the same culture that he has and be able to kind of do what he's currently doing there.
Most important thing that I think is be a best example that you can be. Also make sure they understand that we are multicultural community, which means that when we are ignorant of each other's culture or religion, we are scared to assimilate. We are scared to make friends. We are scared to mix around and become one part of the community. We need to educate with each other and also understand that no matter what they are different from us. However, they are people of this community. We have to live with each other. We contribute for each other. Going forward, that's what we have to do.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Mr. Ali, I am so intrigued by your knowledge, the wisdom that you bring for us tonight. And I wish you enjoy your evening today.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome, sir.
Have a great day.
Take care, sir. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, hello. You both look wonderful. I like your hair, by the way. So would you mind introducing yourselves? I know that you're a couple, so I don't know who wants to go first.
Hey, ladies first.
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
Hello, my name is Ure Ukiwo, and I'm here with my husband.
Okay, hi, my name is Kingsley Ukiwo. I'm privileged to work with Mr. Honorable Gabe's wife. We work with the same office. So.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, so how long have you known them?
I've known her for like, let's say
a year or two.
A year or two now. Yeah, we go to the same church too. And
Oh, okay.
She's a nice person and lovely heart.
Oh, wonderful. So now in this new position for her husband, what are some of the advice that you have for him?
Okay, let me say for her, let me start from her side.
Okay,
she's very humble. Like in the office, you can never know that her husband is, even when she was, they sweared him in, like many people in the office didn't even know about it. Like she's very humble and and for him too, he's very quiet. Like if you see him outside, you never know that he's an ambassador, but
absolutely.
When you come close, you know he's heavy.
You will know.
Yes, I would say definitely stay true to yourself. He obviously has a huge Nigerian following. We are both Nigerian, so of course he is staying true to the United States of America, but also Nigeria, and that's what's going to get him a lot of support.
And this is like kind of a historic night, for all of us, knowing that Nigerian American is being elected into the House. That is huge. That is wonderful. So as a community, what would you like kind of tell our audience, people at home, in terms of what they need to start doing now to be very supportive of him?
Definitely going out and voting. Actually, voting starts at the state level, local levels, not just the general elections. So I would say start there first.
Good. And what would you say, sir?
And I also say, try to be good and, try to show yourself outside. People can vote if they don't know you. So try to go out, make yourself visible out there. And from there, we'll start, making some progress.
Well, thank you both for coming in tonight. I hope you enjoy your evening.
Okay.
Take care. Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming in tonight. Would you mind telling us your name, sir?
My name is Chief Pat Obala. My title name is Obisa Mbala.
Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet with you tonight, sir.
It's a pleasure.
And I heard you in the auditorium when you were talking about now our Honorable Okoye. That you went to school together in Nigeria, and you were sharing some of your experience. And I heard when you said that this has been long coming. I mean, it's something that he has been doing. He was a prophet when he was in Nigeria, when he was younger. So the leadership qualities, he's always had that. So now that he has this new role and this new position, what does he mean to like kind of people who are like kind of wondering, who is he? I haven't heard of him. Where is he from? What are some of the things that you would like to tell those people, and of course what to expect from him now that he has this new role?
Well, first of all, what he has achieved in Gwinnett County, District 102, is phenomenal. He is pretty much a first-generation Nigerian, and we're hoping that the second-generation Nigerians will do what Gabe has done. For him to step out and campaign, this is his second campaign. For him to step out and work very hard, galvanizing both the Nigerian community, the American community, in the district is phenomenal. What do I expect him to do? Of course, those things that he promised to do in his campaign. He's not representing the African community only, he's representing the whole American community in that district. So those things he promised, I know he will deliver. Yes. Going from acceptability of immigrants and also making sure that we immigrants, despite our accent, take advantage of the benefits of the society and not shy away from saying that we are Nigerian Americans, because we are. I know that we are the most educated minority group in the in the United States. So that should help to propel us in the community, encouraging us to run for offices, encouraging us to be just Americans, not be stuck into our Nigerian mode. To make sure that we're interwoven, speak up when things are happening, speak up our issues, and also use that platform to better Nigeria, to influence the policies in Nigeria. So he has started well, and a lot of Nigerians, a lot of diasporans, they don't have to be Nigerians, will look up to him to do wonderful things back home.
Especially the upcoming generation, because I don't know if you noticed, but there's a slight disconnect. So what would you want to see? How would you say that he can help to bring on board the upcoming generation, the generation behind us? What are some of the things that he needs to do to make sure that those individuals and families are involved as well?
Well, the thing is, he has children that are grown up. Those are called the second generation Nigerians in the United States. My children too. We have to make sure that, one, that they acquire education, and that's what Nigerians are known for.
Yes, that's
not only acquiring education, but applying that education in developing not only self, but family and community. If they don't get involved with community, then they will be just they will just be a number. So what he has done is indicative of everything that a generation needs to be poured into joining and helping and moving the community where they are. So he is a good example, not only to his children, to my children, but the whole diasporans in the community, and most importantly, the whole 102 district that he represents. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for this evening. Thank you for talking to us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
I certainly will, and thank you. My pleasure.
Hello. Thank you for coming in. Would you mind telling us your name?
My name is Taraka.
Taraka. Okay, well, I like that. That's cute. So tell us, what is your relationship to our new Honorable Okoye?
Well, I would say my family friends. I'm a Nigerian as well. I met him back in Nigeria actually before I knew him here. I met him over there.
So you've known him
So I've known him for quite a while, yes.
Okay, all right. So have you ever been aware that, he's going for this role? Has he had any discussion with you even before this time?
Oh yes, I mean this is not his first time of running.
We know.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's been doing great stuff. Yes.
And we've all been there to support him. Each time he ran, I was there to support him. But when I met him back in Nigeria, I actually met him in the political front as well, in the National Assembly over there.
Oh,
so that's when I knew he was really into politics. No, I'm not.
Okay.
That's when I knew he was into politics. And when I seen him here, seen that he was actually running, I'm like, oh, okay. He's really has this passion to help, to serve the community back home and even here. So I'm like, anybody who's stepping up, I have to step up and support them.
That's good. So what do you think this means for our community? And when I say our community, I'm not talking about Nigerians only. You know, Georgians, even Nigerians in diaspora, everywhere. So what do you think his leadership qualities, what should we expect from him?
A fighter, like I said, he doesn't.
We need one of that.
Someone who has your back, somebody who has a good heart. He's there for the right reasons. Because yes, for sure, he wants to support people. He knows those who have challenges in the community, and that's part of why he stepped up over and over to see change. Like he was the chairman of the political part of the Democratic Party before here in Gwinnett, and it was during his reign that Gwinnett turned blue, really, because he was out there in the streets championing even breakfast events. He was front and center. I used to support him way back then. So for someone like that, we know that we have the right leader right now who was able to win this seat finally.
Good. So what if you were to say, what would you be like kind of your main thing that you would want him to like kind of start with, jump on right now that he's being elected?
Right now, there's a lot going on with the schools. Though I know he's not, like on the school board, but he's a rep here in Gwinnett County and in Georgia. So there's a lot they can do. I think schools might need a lot more funding. Teachers need money. They have security measures with all the chaos going, mental health. There's just so much going on with our kids. So we need people like him, and those are some of the things I think he should, put front and center, because they are the future. Absolutely. And many of them there's so much chaos, like I said. So putting them right now, tackling whatever it is, all resources, it'll be a good step.
I like when you mention mental health, because a lot of times that is one area that a lot of us don't pay attention to. When I say a lot of us, most Nigerians, what are some of the advice that you would have in terms of things to do to like kind of make people aware that is real and it's something everyone should pay attention to? What are some of the things that he can do, he can start doing in that regard?
I just think talking more about it, more on the public platform, maybe like getting the TV stations to talk a lot about it, because a lot of times you just hear information from the schools. Yes. Schools are sending emails or whatever to the teachers. They really don't have that public awareness, and I think the more limelight they put on that issue, it would help make people know that it's really it needs to be tackled.
Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight, and I do hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this.
Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Would you like to introduce yourself to us?
I'm Alinze JJ. I have my own program called Sabata Reviews, and I have another program, I'm Alinze Igbo Educational.
Oh, okay. What is that? What kind of?
It's a review program for things that happens. The Igbo program is things that try to bring up the Igbo language.
Oh, I see.
To revive Igbo language that is trying to go into extinction. So, yes.
Okay.
And the Sabata Review is the English program. So that's for everybody.
Okay. Would you like to congratulate the Honorable tonight?
Yes, of course. That's why I came here. Chief Gabe, Honorable Gabe Okoye. I'd like to congratulate you for this great achievement. It is not easy, because the other time down home in Nigeria, you guys were recognized, because for a number of you that got some political offices through election, we are mentioned in Nigeria. So we are very proud of you, Gabe, and we wish you continue and take the influence you have to come back to Nigeria to revive the political system we have, so that we will be having development in Nigeria. It is about time things change in Nigeria. Okay? So I congratulate you again for this great achievement.
Well, thank you. So now that I know that you've known him for a little bit, for a while now, what advice do you have for him now that he has this new role and this new position?
Well, it's like I've answered that question when I say you should come back tonight, you should try with what you do tonight. Try to use the what they call it, what he learned from here.
Okay.
ship it back to Nigeria because that's the Nigerian diaspora. What you learn from here, you ship it down here because they are the brains that were moved from Nigeria to overseas to provide function for them. And now what you learn from America, you should take it back to Nigeria, and then that should be, what do you call it? Vice versa. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, but it should be trained to and fro, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Great. Mr. Steele, did I?
Yes.
Yes. Would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Okay. Yes, I'm David Steele. I'm the mayor of the city of Lawrenceville.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
So this is an historic night for us, most of us, Nigerian Americans. What do you think that Mr. Okoye is going to be, well, now Honorable Okoye, will be able to bring to the table, to the community, the entire community?
Well, in my dealings with him and getting to meet him and getting to know him better, I think what he's going to bring is a worldview of how problems can be solved, and I think that's just really great. And just he's with his engineering background, he really thinks things through and just doesn't react, but thinks, comes up with a plan, and then institutes it. So I think that's where we're going to see some great leadership from him.
Good, wonderful. And I'm happy you said that. But if there's anything that you would like to add to that, just personal level in terms of how you've interacted with him over the months or the course of time that you've known him, what would be like kind of the greatest advice that you want to give to him at this time?
I guess from advice would be to continue to listen first, and after he's listened, then bring his team together of people that he can build a team with to then make change, even though he's part of the minority party.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming in tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Well, thank you very much. All right.
Madam, oh my goodness, you look so beautiful. I like the purple.
Very much.
Would you mind telling us your name, ma'am?
My name is Iyom Chi Ezekweche.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell us your relationship with Honorable Okoye.
Oh, we go back a long way, back to 1986 at the very least. Yeah.
Wow.
And
it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Okay. Well, and I know that you're very happy and proud to be a part of this historic night. What is something that you want us to tell us, our viewers who don't really kind of know him? Yeah. What are some of the things that you would like to tell those people who don't know him, who are asking, who is he? Yes, I know he's a Nigerian, but who is he? What would you like to say to those people?
Most importantly, I would say to them that this guy, a young man full of integrity, loves his family, because we all belong to the same family organization, way back, okay? Yeah. Loves his family, loves his community, okay? He just doesn't love community, the Igbos. He reaches out across everyone. And that's what's so wonderful about him. Extremely hardworking, you can count on him.
And I like what you just said right now, that you can count on him, because that is extremely important. Yes. We don't really have that in the community anymore, someone that is reliable, that you could count on. And I see that a lot of people, they have known him even prior to this event, even from Nigeria, that he's always had this leadership role, this leadership skills. So what would you like to tell him in terms of what he can do better or do differently now that he has this new role?
I don't know that he has to do so much so differently, because one, he is very sure of who he is. He knows his background, his cultural background, his religious background. So once you have those two, that identity with self and identity with God, you really can't say much else, And I encourage him on behalf of my husband, Dr. Ezekweche, and the family. We wish him the very best. Don't ever change, continue to be who
he is.
Thank you so much for coming in tonight. And by the way, you look stunning. I have to say that again. Enjoy your evening. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, sir. Good. Would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Austin Thompson. I am the city councilman for the city of Lawrenceville and also serving as vice mayor for the year 2023.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So what does this historic night mean to you?
Well, you know, when we think about the word historic, and Representative Okoye mentioned all of the firsts, you know, in the county, in the state, in the city of Lawrenceville. I am the first elected Guyanese and man of Caribbean heritage, you know, to the City Council of Lawrenceville. We have the historic win for all 5 Nigerians who ran, and all 5 won. Not 1 out of 5, not 2 out of 5, not 4 out of 5, but all 5. So it is historic. It is. And it's sort of an ushering in of a new paradigm, a new paradigm shift where we're seeing diversity, right? Diversity and representation. So I am very honored to be here this evening.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. To just witness my brother Gabe be sworn in, you know, as a state representative for the Georgia House of Representatives.
Good. Thank you. And I like what you said. I mean, right now you just said my brother Gabe. So you see him as a brother. And it's very important, even for other African countries, I mean, just all countries in general, to know that, you know, he's for all of us, not just Nigerian Americans, you know, but for all of us, which I know that, you know, that's the plan for him to like kind of touch everybody.
Exactly.
So what advice would you have for him moving forward in terms of maybe what he needs to do better or do differently now that he has this new role?
When I first met Gabe, he was the chair, the vice chair of membership enrollment, and then rose to party chair. And he encouraged me to run for office several times. So what I would recommend to Gabe is nothing new to him, because I know these qualities are innate. Because it's just genuine for Representative Gabe Okoye. So what I would recommend, just stay true to your heart. Just stay true to who you are as a state representative, as a representative of the people, as a representative for your Nigerian fellow brothers and sisters, for those in your district, House District 102, and everyone who has supported you and backed you, even your constituents. Just stay genuine and don't let the politics disrupt your innate desire to serve the people.
And he has someone like you behind him. I'm sure he's gonna be good.
Oh yes, thank you. And I plan to be supportive. He is my state rep, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely.
You know, so I live in his district, and he covers the city of Lawrenceville.
He does.
So I plan to be behind Gabe 100%. I plan to visit with him at the state capitol.
Thank you.
And you know, whenever he calls on me to assist him, I am there.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
I sure will. I look forward to the jollof rice.
Oh, have you had that before?
Look, I'm involved in the jollof wars, right? So I tell my fellow Nigerians, as a Guyanese, you have yet to taste Guyanese jollof rice. So.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna start that argument and that whatever to say. I know for sure Nigerian jollof rice is the best.
Yeah, of course.
But
you know.
Enjoy.
Oh yeah, but I shall enjoy it.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I love your hair, by the way.
Wow, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Would you mind telling us your name?
Sandra.
Sandra. Well, nice to meet with you, Sandra.
Thank you.
So tell us, what does this historic night mean to you?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, 5 Nigerians.
Yes.
5.
All the 5.
Yeah, to be represented in Georgia.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So I congratulate Gabe. It's awesome. I'm impressed.
Thank you. Thank you. And how long have you known him?
I know him through a friend. You know, my girlfriend Deborah, she invited me, so.
Oh, she invited you.
Yes.
Really good.
And he's a funny man.
Very funny too.
Very intelligent, very funny.
Intelligent.
Yeah, I could see that, yes.
Yeah.
So I was honored to meet him and his family and his lucky man. From the bottom of his heart to the middle to the top of his heart. He's a lucky man.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
So for our community, what are some of the things that you probably think that you would want him to like kind of be a voice for now that he has this new position?
Not just the Nigerian community, but all of the community. All of the community, because I'm Jamaican, so you know, just the diversity, and I love that. And more of construction to get in so that minority can rise, especially women. Yes, so that's what I'm interested in.
Okay. All right, well, thank you so much, Sandra, for coming tonight. Well, do enjoy.
Thank you, and have a great night. And you look lovely.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Have a great day.
Good evening, ma'am. Would you like telling us your name, ma'am?
My name is Helen Abasute.
And can you tell us your relationship with now our Honorable Okoye?
Honorable Okoye has been a member, as a matter of fact, in leadership position in Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Americas. He is a past chairman of the Nigerian in Diaspora Organization Americas. I am the current president of Nigerian in Diaspora Organization Americas Atlanta chapter.
Well, thank you so much. So what does
really nice being here?
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a historic occasion to witness 5 Nigerians be elected into Georgia State House of Assembly. And we are really proud of our Nigerian heritage. We want to see more of us get up there.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Enjoy your evening.
Having me here.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Well, good evening. Would you mind telling us your name, sir?
Shegun Adeyina.
Well, nice to meet with you. So, can you tell us your relationship with our new Honorable Okoye?
All right, I'm also a state rep elected. I'm one of 5, well, we're 2 of 5 Nigerians here tonight. Of course, honoring him, a colleague in the House.
Honoring you as well.
And honoring me, yeah. But no, this is his moment because we're celebrating him, and you know, by celebrating, we're celebrating all of us.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. That was celebrating you as well.
Definitely.
And what does this mean to you? What does this night and this moment, this time, what does it mean to you?
Well, it's representation. It's about us being at the table.
Absolutely.
So many of us have immigrated here. This is home for us as Nigerian Americans, and making history in Georgia to have the first Nigerian Americans, set of Americans elected at the state level shows that we're being represented, and our community is a big part of the communities that we live in.
And it also speaks true to what you have been doing behind the scene as well. You know, you must have been involved in the community, doing so much, you know, for the community, for you to be where you are right now. So I don't take that for granted. That is something a lot of us don't see, or most people don't see. Most people just see the finished product. You know, like, oh yes, 5 Nigerians, yeah. But they have no idea, like, the work that you have put in over the years to get to where you are now. So now that you guys are in this new role, this new position, what are some of the things that we should expect, you know, from our audience who are looking at, oh, we don't know them, you know, but we're excited that, you know, they are elected. So what are those things
things that we should expect as a community?
Well, for Georgia residents, we want to make sure that our representatives take care of our interests right now today. Education is a big thing. Our kids are going through a challenging time, and I say that because we just came out of COVID, and there were a lot of challenges with our kids during COVID. So we want to make sure our education system is supportive of them, both from a mental health issue standpoint and also safety. We know the issue with guns being in our community, the number of mass shootings we've had over the years. We want our kids to be safe when they're in school. We want to make sure that they get good health care. So we have to continue to advocate strongly for expanded Medicaid. Those are things that are important to us. Transportation. We know Georgia and those of us that live in the Atlanta metro area, what challenges we have getting around. So we have to have a solution that meets the needs of the growing population. So these are all some of the housing. Housing is another area that's on high demand, the cost of housing and for people to live. So these are all areas that we need to work on as a community.
Good. Well, thank you. I know that you mentioned mental health, and I always like to hear that because I'm a therapist, I'm a counselor, mental health and substance abuse counselor, and I know how our community, how we view, let me put it that way, mental health. But that is something that is very real, and I don't believe that when I say our community, this time I'm talking about Nigerians, Americans, or maybe Nigerians, how they see mental health. What are some of the changes or some things that we need to look forward to, or what would you like to tell them in terms of how to take care of to take it seriously, actually?
Well, I'm not an expert, but one thing that we will do as legislators is continue to educate the community, not just the communities we live in, also the diaspora community, because it's important. Sometimes we ignore that. In our culture, it's a taboo to even talk about it, right? But those of us that have the opportunity to do that, we have to continue reminding people to look for those signs, because we have our kids in this society where there's a lot of peer pressure, and there have been some of our kids who have committed suicide, or things happen and breaks up families. So we have to start having those conversations at our dining tables, at our breakfast table, and letting our kids know it's okay to come to us to have those conversations. And we're not experts. We need to go seek the right support. We need to find the people that are in the field like yourself to say, hey, where do we start? And not be ashamed, because it's not something to be ashamed of.
Thank you for saying that. That is very important.
Oh, completely.
I'm always delighted when I hear people talk about it like that, because that is not really what we get all the time, especially our people. When I say our people, you know what I mean.
I hear you. I hear you.
So one last question before I let you go. What would you like to say in terms of how to bring on board, the younger generation, the one coming behind us? Because there's a little disconnect. They're like kind of more of indoors. They don't really like kind of go out. They don't mingle in the community. What are some of the things that we need to do differently, to just like kind of bring them out and just say, hey, it is okay to do this, to do that, to be part of the community, so that they can be seen and known as well? Because we have a lot of talents, but it's not like kind of out there for the whole world to see.
Well, I mean, it's for me, meet the kids, meet the younger generation where they are. And I think a lot of us need to get more engaged on the social media platforms, whether it's TikTok or, our kids, that's where they live. So one of the things I'm doing, I'm upping my game on social media, because I believe that's when they can see you, that's when they can connect. One of the things I was excited about my race, my kids were very involved. I have twins who are in high school, and their friends got involved in the campaign. They knocked on doors for me. They were at events wearing my t-shirt.
Well, you're daddy, so they're going to do whatever daddy wants.
Yeah, but not always, They have to enjoy it. And it was something that they came to me and said, hey, what can I do? How can I get involved? My friends want to do this. And when you get that captive audience, you have to make sure they're very involved and engaged. So, you're going to see me on TikTok, all those different platforms, just trying to win their minds and trying to be challenged by them, and that's the way we have to do it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for coming. We look forward to every wonderful thing that you guys have in store for us.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, ma'am.
Hello, good evening.
Would you mind telling us your name, ma'am?
My name is Deborah Georges. I I'm a financial project manager. And I also help Gabe with his campaign. I was his deputy campaign manager.
Oh, so how does it feel to just know that all the work that you have put in has paid off?
It was great knowing that Gabe won, and we worked very hard. And Gabe is so dedicated. We put in the work both night and evening. It was awesome working on his campaign.
So what should we expect as a community? When I say community, I mean all of us. You know, it doesn't matter Nigerians, Americans, Ghanaians, Antiguans. So what should we expect from him?
Gabe is a person who brings community together. I am an Antiguan that's in the Caribbean. We actually have a airline that goes from Nigeria straight to Antigua, which started November 1st. And Gabe actually brings community together. Gabe is the man for the job, and he is ready to roll up his sleeve and jump right in and work for all of us. It doesn't matter whether you're Nigerian, Antiguan, from the Caribbean, wherever you are, Americans, he will work for you.
Well, the support that he has from you, I bet he's going to do very well. Well, thank you so much for coming tonight.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Rub that hand. Welcome, Consul General, for the night. I know that you're representing Ambassador here tonight, so would you mind telling us your name?
Yeah, my name is Olarewaju. Yeah, so I'm here to represent the Consul General of the Consul General of Nigeria in Atlanta here.
Okay.
So,
well, what does this historic night, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, first of all, it's an historic moment, and for the fact that 5 Nigerian citizens, Nigerians descent, elected to the state of Georgia House of Representatives is a great moment for Nigeria. It's a great achievement, and in fact, for the fact that that particular day they were swearing in, when you check the list, the first 2 names you will see are Nigerians. That's a proud moment for everyone. Absolutely. And it's in fact a very joyful moment and a proud one for that matter, because it started projecting Nigeria as a very productive and impactful citizen who can forge ahead and participate in a very entrenched democracy. Because for Nigerians and migrants to be elected to the state of representative is a lot in the United States of America. So, in the state of Georgia. Yeah, in the state of Georgia. So we are so proud of them, and then they begin to turn the image of Nigeria around from some negative aspect to a more positive one. So when people tells you about Nigerian and the negative side, no, look at the brighter side, that we have Nigerians who are making great things in America, who are making impact, contributing to the economic development of America, contributing to the educational growth, health sector, and what have you. So it's a great moment for us as Nigerians, and we are very proud of them and everyone who won this election.
Thank you very much. And I know that, just like you said, proud of everyone, because all the 5, all of them were elected. It wasn't like, okay, maybe it was 1 or 5 or 2 or 5, all of them. So what would you like to kind of say to the rest of them who are not here tonight? What are some of the things that you would like to tell them in terms of leadership skills and qualities now that they have this new role? What are some of the things you want them to do differently or keep doing moving forward?
Okay. From what we have gathered so far, majority of them is not their first time of acting in a leadership position, and then we will only encourage them to do more to show that leadership skill and continue to contribute to the service of humanity, contribute to the service of their community, make sure they fly the flag of Nigeria high, and also to continue to deliver the dividend of democracy and the promises they made to their community and their constituents, to deliver all of that. I believe they have the capacity and the wisdom to deliver, and that is why their constituents elect them to be their representative. So
wonderful. I know. I like what you just said. They will do us proud. So, because we know that, we believe that they will. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
It's an honor. I'm privileged to be here today. So I really thank you so much.
Hello, hello, hello. Well, you look stunning tonight. Would you mind telling us your name?
My name is Colette.
Colette, well, nice to meet with you.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us your relationship with Honorable Okoye?
Mr. Okoye's wife is like a mom to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been a friend of the family for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
she's
good.
my mom in church.
Mom at church. Okay, all right. So what does this night mean to you, just to know that all the work that he has put in finally paid up?
It's very inspirational because it gives us hope. It gives us hope. Some of us that have lived in Georgia for so many years and never see somebody standing there like us. It makes us very hopeful, and we are so grateful to be part of this ceremony. Thank you.
That is so true. So what are some of the things that you as an individual would like to kind of do more of to support him now that he's in this new role?
Oh, anything that it takes to support him, I will. Is it voting, campaigning?
Campaigning, actually.
Yeah, mobilizing people and attending every meeting that they need us to be there, I'll be there. It's very inspirational.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, honey. You look good.
Thank you. Thank you, so do you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Would you mind telling us your name?
Imani. I'm Imani from Portland, Oregon.
Oh, all the way.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yes, no problem.
Can you tell us your relationship with Honorable Okoye?
Well, actually, I was invited here. The microphone controller, Amelia, she invited me because, she thought I would benefit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what would you say this means to our community, this historic night?
Well, I have children, I have sons, and this is wonderful. And I told Mr. Gabe that it's an honor to see people come from a whole nother country and to this country and make it happen. There's like no excuse.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. And I think that's why she invited me, because she knows I love all that type of stuff.
Good, good. Well, thank you for coming in tonight.
You're welcome. You found a parking spot. It was me and Amelia. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Yes, my name is Victor Mbaba.
Okay.
I'm the president and CEO of Africa's Children's Fund.
Okay. So, Mr. Mbaba, what does this historic night mean to you?
This historic night means that we, as Nigerians in particular, and Africans in general, have a place at the table. And why? Because we are very resilient people. We are very intelligent people, and so we work to connect with everyone to bring improvement to people in our community. And when I mean community, where we are, like the Atlanta community, where Nigerians live, work, and play.
So, and I know that you have known Honorable Okoye for a little bit. What are some of the advice that you have for him in terms of what he can do better with this new role that he has?
Well, I have known Chief Okoye for a long time, and I admire him and continue to pray for him and pray for all of us as Nigerians and Africans and everyone for that matter. But the word that I have for Chief Okoye is to continue to be who he is. Every step he takes is a big opportunity God is giving him. So he needs to continue to be who he is and do the good work that he continues to do. And then God is going to continue to be there for him to serve us in our community. So we thank God for this.
Thank you. And I know that, because I've known your work for some time now, and I know that you're very big on education. I know that you send books home. I mean, you do a whole lot of stuff for students. In the education sector, is there anything that you would like Honorable Okoye to do differently or to do better?
Yes, as a matter of fact, when you talk about education, without education, you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. All of us wouldn't be here because the place got a little crowded there in Nigeria, and we said, well, you know what, let's find another place that we can continue to pick the golden fleece. And we came here and we continue in education. But what is happening in our own country means that we cannot be silent and we cannot be dormant. So for our Chief Okoye, to give him a point of what he should do, I really want to say what we can collaborate with him to do. One thing that really comes to mind is the fact that now we have a global world. The world is really global with internet. We can collaborate where we do some exchange program between students here and students in Nigeria, and maybe do some twining between universities here and universities in Nigeria. He has the political will now, and as you know, when you look at the hierarchy of powers in the world, it is God power first and political power next. So he has that, and with that he can foster that kind of undertaking where we can join hand with him to connect our children in Nigeria with children here.
Thank you, Chief Mbaba, for tonight and for coming tonight. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. Hello. I'm doing great. How are you, ma'am and sir? Good. Would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Certainly. My name is Patsy Austin Gatson. I'm the district attorney here in Gwinnett County. First woman, first African American.
There you go. She had to say that.
Yeah.
And my name is Travis Gatson. I'm the proud first man.
I like that. I like that. And thank you both for coming tonight. So what would you say that this historic night means to both of you?
Well, this is what we need more of. Like Gabe said, as Democrats, we got to turn that legislature blue.
And you have been trying. You have been doing a great job, actually.
Yeah, we have more work to do. Like you said, there's more work to do. And I think that if we pull together, know what our values are, others will see that and accept it. Because we do have independence in the state of Georgia. But, as Dems, I think that we have it going on.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So now that he has this new role and this new position, is there anything that you would like him to kind of start with? What are some of the most important things that you think that the community is lacking, and it's important for him to jump on those things right away?
Well, I think that the Medicaid expansion needs to happen right away because people need medical attention. I think that along with housing affordability, are things that people should have. We should not have hungry people in the state of Georgia. So many things to work on. It's almost hard to think about. And then when you think about the people that are dying of overdoses and things like that, we need more PSAs on keeping our kids off drugs.
And thank you. I'm always delighted and excited when I hear people talk about mental health and substance abuse, because that's what I do on a daily basis. But what I realize is that people are not really aware of the effect on our kids, especially the younger generation. So what are some of the things that he can do, probably maybe partner with like kind of health professionals in terms of bringing the awareness, the education, and the support that our community needs. That is what I would think. But is there anything that you would like kind of want him to do differently?
Well, each one teach one. I think we do, as you said, we have to be aware of what's happening. You have parents, unfortunately, burying their children, and that's got to stop. It's got to stop. We have to make our young people know they are important. They are our future. They are the next generation, and we have to push them forward in the most positive way by showing that we love them, we care for them, and being present. Being present.
Thank you. Sir, I need to hear from you, sir. So is there any advice that you would like to give Honorable Okoye with this new role that he has?
Well, he's a fine man, and I've gotten a chance to know him the last few years. He supported Patsy all the way, and we've supported him. So we're expecting big things. The one thing he said that I really enjoyed, he said if he can get the Congress to back him, he's going to turn that state house blue. And I think he can do it, because he did it here in Gwinnett. Yes, he did. Of all places, of all places. That's
your wife too. Well, thank you so much for coming. Please enjoy the food.
It was delicious. I already had some.
Already enjoyed it.
You take care. All right. Would you mind telling us your name, introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Yes, my love. My name is Maha. Last name is Ryan. I am executive committee member for Gwinnett Democratic Party, and I am also a member of the State of Georgia Executive Committee member as well too. So I know my brother Gabe. I should say brother. He is a real brother. He is so good, and I wish him all the success in his new post, I should say. He was actually very successful chairman of the Gwinnett Democratic Party. 2016, I think 2016, I was actually met him. He was very, very, very successful chairman, and I believe he will be very successful as well State of Georgia representative. He has a very good management leadership, and he is listening to the people, and he's treating the people equal, and this is very important to be successful in any field or any society. I wish him all the best, and I look forward to have a very good relationship as constituents with him, and to do the correct, the correct actions for any wrong law that within the state of Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
Well, good to see you tonight. You look stunning, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, what does this night mean to you?
You know what? Gabe and I have been in the Democratic Party. When the Democratic Party in Gwinnett County, nobody even thought that the Democratic Party even stood a chance in Gwinnett County. This county was considered very red, very Republican. And I remember after the 2016 election, we had a huge influx of people coming in. When Gabe took over chairman in the Gwinnett Democratic Party, I think we had like something like $400 in the bag. Literally $400 in the bag.
What did you do?
So we actually, when Trump became president, there was an influx of people just scared to death, right? And they came to join the Democratic Party. Prior to that, we were working to make sure that we built that foundation. So one of the things that we did was make sure we got people to register to vote. In fact, my organization in Gwinnett County registered over 30,000 people at the time to vote. We also made sure that we reached out to all the diverse communities that were in Gwinnett County. We've got Hispanics, we've got Asians, we've got Caribbean, we have Africans, we have Hispanics, we have a huge, so we were very intentional to make sure that we brought everybody in. Gabe was very, in fact, I endorsed his candidacy to become the chair of the county party because I like the fact that he had a plan. And he produced that plan to me. And so I spoke on his behalf. And during the years that he was chair, we actually were intentional about getting people to go on the ballot. I think he spoke about it earlier with getting the first African-American woman to sit on the county commissioner. At one point, we took the county commissioner to court, and we had a deposition, and one of the county commissioners said she didn't understand what our problem was. Okay. We had nice houses and nice cars. What more did we want?
It wasn't about you. It was about the community.
It was about the community. Absolutely. And making sure that everybody. So Gabe understood that assignment. He understood the assignment. And I'm glad I was elected back in 2018. I served 2018 and 2019, 2019 and 2020 session. Okay. And then I served the 21 and 22 session.
You know what we forgot to do? I did not tell you to introduce yourself to our audience, and I am so sorry about that. Would you like, just tell our audience who you are?
I am former state representative Donna McLeod. I represented District 105 at the time. It was parts of Bethlehem, parts of Decula, parts of Lawrenceville, parts of Grayson, and parts of Loganville. Since 2020 redistricting, that district is actually now broken down, and Gabe actually served in part of the district that I formerly served in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that we need to expect? And I know that you've known, we call him Honorable now, Honorable Okoye for a little bit. What are some of the things that we should expect moving forward as a community? When I say community, all of us.
I think one of the things that we have to be mindful is watching what's going on. His job. So his most important job that is as a legislator will be to pass a budget for the state of Georgia. The important part of that budget is, does it reflect the values that we want? Now we are the minority in the House, right? The Democrats. So we're not going to have the kind of voice and bond that we need. But what Gabe needs to do is make sure that we're pushing forward in that budget things that truly represent our community. One of the things I did ask Gabe, since I was a former rep there, is to really watch the formulation for funding our public schools. The state of Georgia, the largest part of the budget is funding public schools, but it is still funded at a 1987 formula.
Oh wow.
We're in 2022. And just for the audience sake, there's about $30 billion that's collected in taxes. Yes, about $30 billion. 76% of it comes directly from income and sales tax.
Really?
Yes. That means that even if you don't pay income tax, you're paying sales tax. So it's important for you to be very observant about how the money's being spent. Another 12% comes from fees. So 88% of the money of the $30 billion literally comes directly from taxpayers. And then the last 12% comes from businesses. So for the audience to understand is that the state legislator funds the state of Georgia. So we make sure the money spending is for each department that runs this. So you've got education, you've got DFACS, you've got transportation, you've got health. All of those are departments that are funded by the taxpayers. And what I ask people to always be mindful is that you should demand a return on your investment, right? If you were a business person and you made a product or service and you charge for that product or service, you're going to charge a little bit higher so that you can make a profit. Well, in the case of government, we do not get to, so the money is collected, so the only thing that needs to be happening is the people that voted for each of us or anyone that's elected is to make sure that accountability is done for them on that in that regards.
I like what you said, but the most important thing is to know that Honorable have you as a supporter. We're good.
And one of our things, all of us that have been elected, we're always the honorable. As long the day you're elected, you're the honorable, and so I will always carry that title myself as the Honorable Donna McLeod.
Thank you so much, Madam, for this evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, would you mind introducing your name to our audience, sir?
Chris Chimamachukwu.
And thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
What does this historic night mean to you, sir?
This is a historic night for we, the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. Gabe Okoye is the first Igbo man to be sworn in as a state legislator in the 50 states of the Federation.
Yes.
So that is profound.
It is.
It's very, very profound, and I'm very, very happy about that.
Okay, good. Well,
I get shed tears when I enter this courthouse for us to give us this space. That means a lot for me.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. Having been first, right? I was also the first Jamaican born to serve in the Georgia House.
Okay.
So Gwinnett County is producing a lot of firsts because of our diversity, and because we are willing to for the voters to vote for us, to say, you know what, we're okay with our diversity. We want to enhance our diversity, and we want our diversity to have a voice in the Georgia legislative branch. And so I think that's very important.
And I think it also speaks to what you guys do behind the scene. You know, like kind of a lot of people are just saying that, oh, he was elected, oh, great. But I can imagine what must have been put, you know, in all this. And yes. So would you mind like kind of telling the audience, like our community, and when I say our community, I mean all of us, not just the Nigerians, what do they need to do to be very supportive of him moving forward?
So one of the things, when you're, if the community has an opportunity to go down and watch some of the sessions to really see how it actually this happens, when an idea comes and becomes like a bill. The bill is not law until it goes through the process. Even if it passes the House of Representatives, it has to go over to the Senate. The Senate has to review that bill. If they make change, it has to come back over to the House. And it never becomes law until a sitting governor signs it into law. So it is important for the community to keep engaged. Obviously, you're not going to be able to sit and think. But I think it's important also, Gabe, to communicate. Representative Okoye needs to make sure he's communicating some of the ups and the downs and some of the successes. But because we are in the minority, the Democrats are the minority in the House, there's going to be a lot of challenges, and he's going to need the support from the community when things might, and I don't want people to think that he's going to go in there and he's going to just change everything. He's got one vote. He's got one vote of 180 members.
Oh, wow. So for you, sir, what does this mean to the Igbo community? I know that you are so proud, you know, to know that he's the first. So for people that are back home and looking and say, oh my goodness, now we have someone representing us, what would you like those people to know about Honorable Okoye?
This is a process, and for the fact that Gabe Okoye is not there, he has to follow the process. Yeah. And the people back home, they're thinking, no, the thinking is different for us here. Yeah. Gabe Okoye is going to make impact only in his constituency here, mainly in the United States. Yes. But we see it's a pride for us that we have a representative in the Georgia House of Representatives. That means a lot for us. Yeah. But his impact will be mainly in his constituency here in Georgia. So the people at home shouldn't expect to get much impact, but that influence that an Igbo man is a member of the Georgia House of Representatives is there. Yes. It may be intangible influence that is going to bring a lot of things in the future.
True. And that is the impact. That is the impact. You know, that is the impact because this is like kind of the beginning.
Yes.
And it can also like even people at home, they can learn from him. You know, how he got here, the process, what he did, the tenacity, you know, the hard work. These are things that people back home can learn too. So he has a very positive impact, not only to our community here, but even to people at home, saying, oh my goodness, that could be me, that could be my son, that could be my grandson, that can be that, that can do that. Anytime you can see
this let be a lesson for people in Nigeria. In this modern technology world now, we talk about capacity and intelligence. For him to be elected here in Georgia means he has the capacity. Yes. They did not elect him because he's an Igbo man. They elected him because he has the capacity to lead the constituency that he's representing. Yes. So the people back home should follow the trends in the world. This tribe and religion is not helping us. We need somebody with the capacity that can be able to do the work. Gabe Okoye as an Igbo man is a minority in Gwinnett County. But he was elected. Because they know that he has the capacity to lead them.
And not only that, because he has done the work.
Yes, he has done the work. He has been proven himself.
Yes.
He has proven and been tested, and he has participated. He was a former member of the DeKalb County, Gwinnett County Democratic Party. So he has paid his due. He served. He did what he was supposed to do.
He's well known. He's well known.
He has the capacity. He has whatever it takes to represent that district in the Georgia House of Representatives.
So now that I have you here, sir, there's one more thing that I would like to ask you before I let you go. I know in Nigeria election is coming, and I know a lot of people are kind of apprehensive about what's going to happen, not sure. What are some of the advice that you have for people at home in terms of how to do things differently?
It's in reference to what I've been saying. This is a modern revolution right now going on in the world. People elect that people that have the capacity to lead them. Nigeria should shun ethnicity and religion. This is the time to lead somebody that is capable to get us from the problem we have in Nigeria. And Mr. Peter Obi is the only person. In a civilized world, the three major candidates running for presidency in Nigeria, Peter Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu, if you put them on the scale, you cannot compare them. They're just like apple and orange. You cannot compare them. But because Nigeria being what it is a tribalistic and religious society. If not, if somebody in a civilized world, Obi will have an easy right to get the presidency. And I hope this time Nigeria should do the right thing, because our existence as a country depends on that. If they vote a wrong person for the presidency of Nigeria in 2023, we're going to have a serious problem in Nigeria.
Well, thank you, sir, for your time. I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I'm glad to be alive.
We all are.
Yes, yes.
Would you mind telling our audience your name, please?
My name is Mr. College Odenibo. I'm the court administrator for the DeKalb County Juvenile Court.
Oh, very good. Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Good. So, what does this historic night mean to you?
Well, I'm particularly excited about tonight because this is really a journey we started in 2006. I ran for this Georgia House in 2006, and subsequently Tunde Akinyele ran for Superior Court and made it to a runoff, and Gabe Okoye became the state chairman, the chairman for Gwinnett County Democratic Party that elected a lot of African Americans to Gwinnett County, and now he's here as a state representative with Shegun and the rest of them. So this is a victory not just for Gabe or for Nigeria. This is particularly a victory for me because this is something that we started back in 2006.
Because you've been part of his journey all the way since that time. So what are some of the things that, what are some of the qualities that you see in him, because you've known him for a little bit? So for those of our audience looking at us at home and saying, well, we're happy, we're excited for him, but who is he? What would you like to tell us about him?
Well, surprisingly, I knew Gabe from Nigeria. He actually taught my younger sister in California, who's a lawyer now. He was a teacher in high school.
Oh, wow.
So we come a long way. And one thing about Gabe is that he's resilient.
He is actually. I've heard
Whatever he wants and he sets his eyes on it, he's going to get it, regardless of the distractions. And he's going to get it. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Nigeria. I'm happy for Gwinnett County and the district that he's going to represent.
Okay. So what are some of the things that you would like for him to kind of start with? I know that he has mentioned a whole lot of stuff, but what is that kind of priority for you?
Well, for me, I believe in mentorship. You have to be able to, if you can't produce your successor, you're not successful. So you have to be able to produce folks that will represent you or succeed in what you're doing, and it's very important. So what I would like for him to do is to, in addition to representing his district, but be able to implement some programs that will, encourage other Africans, not just Nigerians, Africans that are in diaspora to, pick interest in politics, because regardless of what you do, without representation, you can only go so far.
Absolutely.
We have achieved tremendous success in all fields of endeavors that we've participated in, be it employment, be it science, medicine, academics, or whatever. So the next level is politics. You don't have to be in Nigeria to change what's going on in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
You can actually change the internal workings of Nigerian politics from diaspora. I believe that in 2006, and I believe it today.
Well, I like what you just said in terms of trying to change something in Nigeria. What are some of the things that you think that he can kind of duplicate in Nigeria? Some of the things that you think we don't have and that we have to do differently or better?
Well, coincidentally, Atlanta is a sister state to Nigeria. So, working within the guidelines of the law, we would like for him to, create some mentorship programs that will probably educate some of the elected officials that we have in Nigeria what governance is all about. It's very important. It's about service. It's not about enrichment.
Absolutely.
It's not about enrichment. When you're elected to an office, it's not an opportunity for you to enrich yourself, but an opportunity to leave a legacy of service. So if you can do that and put that legacy after his name, in addition to encouraging Africans to participate in the electoral process of this country, I think he'll be successful in that.
Okay. One more thing before I let you go. I know earlier you mentioned about duplicating himself, what he has done. With a generation coming after us, how do you think that he can connect with them? Because
it's actually very easy. Our youths are very important, but they just have to see you and hear you.
Yeah.
They're very important.
I think it's more of seeing you, what you do.
And then, and also, developing the message for that generation. It's very important. Oftentimes, the mistake that we make is trying to talk to folks the way we were taught to in Nigeria. We have a generational change, and you have to make sure you speak the language, you walk the walk, you wear the clothes, and you have the body moves that will really get them encouraged. If you do that, you get them to do it.
You're so right about that, because my profession, I've seen a lot of disconnect between our generation and the ones coming after us. And it's because of what you said. There's a way we grew up, how things were done at the time, and we kind of automatically think that things should be done like that now, forgetting that this is a new generation, it's a new time, it's a new system, everything is new. So for us to be able to connect to our youth and for them to see actually what we do, not only hear us but actually see, that is when you talk the talk, you walk the walk. So what do you think that Honorable Okoye is going to do? And I know that you've mentioned, you've answered a few of my questions, but I really want to know how someone of his caliber, the position that he has, be able to tap into like a 20-year-old, like an 18-year-old.
Well, he doesn't have to go too far.
No, okay, not go too far.
He has 4
okay.
in his household. All he has to do is to look back and look at those 4 kids, wonderful kids that he had. If he can listen to them and connect with those kids about what the generation wants, he'll be okay.
Well, thank you so much for your time this evening. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations again to Chief Gabe Okoye. We were just researching. I believe he's the first Igbo sworn elected official to the State House in the United States. So that's a feat.
It is.
But we're going to try to make sure to work on that feat. Next time when we meet, we'll say the second, the third, the fourth, and then.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Well, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for coming in today. Well, I know you as Amelia, but I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, my name is Amelia Rubele, and that's who I am.
So what does this historic moment, this night mean to you?
This is actually a very important night. Number one, at least we have one of our own, which is very historical. In fact, we have 5. And what that means to us, at least our interests can be looked upon. Our interests can be looked after. And also we need to start pushing our own interests, which is our own foreigners. Not just for Nigerians, but just Africa, period. Because I think some way, somehow we're maligned in this country. And when somebody speaks for us, we need somebody to be speaking for us. And that's why we need to be pushing Honorable Gabe Okoye and the others as well.
I like what you just said in terms of other Africans too, because
yes, we're happy and we're proud, you know, that there are 5 of them. But at the same time, we will want all the African community and people to know that this is a celebration for all of us, not just for Nigerian Americans. So what are some of the things that you think that Honorable Okoye can do to like kind of bring other African countries together as well with this position that he has?
Yes, I think immigration is definitely a big thing. Many of us are here in this country, and every little thing with immigration, they find a way, to knock it down. So pushing the immigration agenda would be very, very wonderful. Employment would be wonderful. Equality would be wonderful. And equality in the way of employment and treatment, just somebody who would have your back. Because once you have an accent and they know you're not an American, you're from some other country, not just Africa, this is really a victory for all minorities. So not just Nigerians, not just Africans, but at least you have somebody who is be looking for your best interest in every which way. Because inequality is definitely here. And hopefully they will be pushing for the interest for equality for all the foreigners. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
By the way, you look lovely tonight.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your
Love
evening.
that dress.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Tell our audience your name.
My name is Linda Yowakwe. I've lived in Georgia for 15 years now. I love it here. Came from Chicago, Chi-Town. But now I love Atlanta, Georgia. Of course I live in the suburbs, Suwanee, Georgia. Yep. And I want to congratulate Senator Gabe, Honorable Gabe Okoye. Wow, what a wonderful win for him. And I hope many more wins, and the Democratic Party will take the lead even after 4 years and win again, hopefully.
Well, we need your help as well, By the time we start campaigning and going to the streets, we will need you to be very supportive.
I'm right there, honey.
Wonderful.
So all the way.
I like that. What would you like to tell Honorable Okoye in terms of this historical moment? What does it mean for all of us as Africans?
Basically, he means a lot for especially Africans and especially the younger ones coming up, like my kids age 16, to tell them that there's nothing they cannot do. They can do anything they put their heart and mind to do. Like you can see Honorable Gabe Okoye has won. They have a chance to, once they see that a black man has ran, especially from Africa, and he won, so that will give them a chance and the courage to go ahead and do the same.
And I like the fact that you use your son, your child, your 16-year-old as an example. I like that because there's a lot of disconnect with this generation and the younger ones coming. And the reason is because most of us, I'm talking about our age, our set, we're like kind of set in our ways. But we need to understand that this is a new time, this is a new season. We cannot treat the kids the way we were brought up. We cannot do the same. We have to learn to move with time. So what does he have to do differently to connect with people like your son, the younger generation?
Include them in, during the during the preparation, inauguration. Include a lot of them, reach out to them in high school. That's exactly where you can get most of them. And just be down to earth with them. Just tell them basically what are some of the things they did to, win the race, and let them be involved.
You mean like kind of when they're campaigning the next time? Okay.
Have one of them be involved. One of the teenagers.
Yes, absolutely.
That will actually engage most of them to come and say, wow, this could be what I can do.
And if they're seeing him in the community and, they'll be able to relate to what he's doing.
One of their own.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight, and you look stunning, by the way.
So much. You too, honey.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening.
Good evening. And I've been seeing you since I came in here. I know that you're the pioneer of organizing this place, the food and all that. Can you tell us your relationship, first of all, your name, and then your relationship with Honorable Okoye?
My name is Stella Chinaya Berry.
Auntie Chinwe and the husband, she has been a good friend of mine over 10 years. She has encouraged me in my catering business, and with her, I've gone far. So I came here today to honor them and appreciate of the good relationship we created long time ago.
So it appears that you're the friend of a family, because if you've known them for so long, you must know a lot about them. What are some of the good qualities that you would like to tell our audience? You know, people who don't really know him and are asking questions, oh my God, who is he? I mean, we're so proud that we have a Nigerian, but who is he? What would you like to tell those people?
I mean, he's a very calm, kind man. I mean, we are proud to see a Nigerian in the state of Georgia. So he has all the qualities that anyone can think of. So kudos to him and more congratulations to him.
Thank you. So what would you like to see now that he has this position? What are some of the things that you're looking forward that he will be implementing in the house? Or probably, implementing for our people?
I mean, he has paved a way for the Nigerian. At least anyone that doubted that a Nigerian can be in a service like him, that will break the barrier. It will encourage young generation that aspire to be in the government. So it's a good one that he is there and to represent us.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And we did enjoy your food, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Well, tell our audience your name and why you're here tonight.
Okay. My name is Gabe Okoye. Agona Church. Well, I'm here because of my friend Gabe. He's been a stalwart in the community for a long time, and I'm here to support him and make sure that he understands that we appreciate everything that he's been doing over the years for not just the Nigerian community, but Georgians in general and Americans as a whole.
So I know that he's your friend, just like you said, but can you just kind of tell our audience, it's very easy for people to just kind of overlook all the work that has been done behind the scene. For people who are seeing him for the first time, who are very happy, can you just tell our audience some of the things that has been put into this, the campaign, the works in the community and everything for us to get to where we are today?
I don't even know where to start. It's going to be a long night if we do.
I know, but just tell our audience just a little bit.
But the thing is that most times people don't see the behind the scene works. Yeah. There's always a lot of work behind the scene. There's always support system. For me, I was mostly into the fundraising. I did a lot of fundraising for him and with a bunch of my friends. But we also did some canvassing, because if you don't have that visibility, no matter how good your proposals are, it's just not going to go anywhere. You have to have visibility, but you also have to have funding to put you in front of people. If you don't have that, then you're dead in the water. So that's what we've tried to do, and we're hoping and believing that this is just a stepping stone to bigger things for him.
I like what you just said, stepping stone. So a lot to come. What are some of the things that we need to look forward to? Like for people who don't know him, like I said earlier, what are some of the things that they need to expect in terms of his personality, how he gets things done, leadership? What would you like to tell those people?
Gabe is a visionary. That's the thing. He's very humble. So sometimes because he's humble, people will not know how tenacious he is. But he's very, very tenacious. It's like he reminds you of a bulldog. When a bulldog latches onto you, never lets go. So he's very tenacious. But he believes in speaking softly and carrying a big stick. He also believes in just getting things done. No excuses, no side notes, not just rolling up your sleeves and getting things done. And that's why I'm here, and that's why he has my support through it all.
Good. So before I let you go, I know that election is coming up in Nigeria. A lot of things are going on in Nigeria. What are some of the takeaway from all the good things Honorable Gabe has done here in Atlanta? What are some of the things that we can learn in Nigeria, not only from the political part of it, even as a society? What should we take from this achievement?
Okay, so elections are not supposed to be do or die affairs. When you get yourself in a hole by taking all this money to get elected, then you're beholden to the people that you gave money. And that's one of the biggest problems in Nigeria. You know, I will tell you that I worked with Peter Obi in Anambra State. You know, so, but besides that, if Peter Obi today was, elections is a zero sum. People have to understand that. You might not like everything about any candidate. I don't tell people who to vote for, who not to vote for, but if anybody looks at the three candidates, let them make up their mind and come up with who they want to vote for, and also see it as long term. Well, you know, if you see it as 2 years or 4 years, you're going to miss the bus. If you see it as long term and who's going to put Nigeria in the best situation to succeed, that's how you get it done. You know, what Gabe has done here is shown us that elections, you have to have a policy. It's a service. You have to have a policy. I'll give you an example. It would never happen in Nigeria. His children ate last.
Yeah.
That's just one example to tell you in the climate we are in Nigeria. Can you imagine Jagaban's kids eating last?
Okay, we're not going to mention names.
No, but there's three of them. Peter Obi, Jagaban, and Atiku. I know all three of them. Yeah. But I'll mention their names because they're the ones running. But I won't, like I said, full disclosure, because I don't want somebody to see the video. Oh yeah, he's a Peter Obi crony. No, I worked with him, and I'm not telling anybody which way to vote, but I'm telling people, look at them, look at the procedures, and know.
And I like what you said in terms of long term. You know, because it's always very good for us to be visionaries, to be able to kind of see beyond just a year or two. We need to be able to see far off what we can do in 5 years, where the country is going to be in 10 years, who are the people who are responsible in terms of to be able to lead the country. So it's a whole lot of things that we need to look at when we're actually voting and even electing our officials.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
China has a 200-year plan. Nobody in China is going to live longer than 200 years.
But they're doing it for their generation. The generation behind them.
China has a 200-year plan. That is insane. And we can't look month to month. So what we have to understand is when your votes matter. When it comes to election time, they give you 5K or 10K to buy you for 4 years. Imagine that. Spread 5K into 4 years. What is that per day?
You can't even
So you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So we have to, you know, and the economy is hard and tough, but we have to take the matter in our hands and understand that our votes matter. And like I said, the long-term process is what we have to look at. If we look at it that way, everybody will be fine.
Well, thank you so very much for this evening. We hope to see more of you.
Definitely.
Hello, sir. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good.
I'm well. Thank you for asking. Would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Okay, I'm Dr. Chris Opara. Honorable Gabe is my in-law. My wife is actually a cousin to him. Yes.
Okay, so that means you're a family member.
I am a family member.
Okay.
Big family member.
Big family. Oh. The video is off.
The video is off.
The video is off.
My wife is right here. You want to do that? You want to say a few words?
Oh, sorry. So, what does this historic night mean to you, sir?
Oh, this is great. This is great. For me, it's a big achievement. This is, in fact, Chief Gabe Okoye, Honorable Gabe Okoye, or whatever you call him. Yes, Honorable now, right? Yeah. He has broken what they call the glass ceiling. Because here we don't have a Nigerian that actually is in the State House. So,
and they're 5.
And now they're 5. So he started real good, right? So I've known him for a very long time, even when he was the president of Igbo Union, all the way to when he was the chairman of the Benin Democratic Party. I used to go to his meetings every once in a while. At least I've gone to 3 of them when he chaired it and they call him chairman. So at that point I knew he was going places.
Wow.
He's a very soft-spoken man, very. When you see him come in, you don't even know that that man, right, has a lot of wisdom with him. So we're glad. It's a historic night. I just don't know how to, express myself, but I thank God for all he has done.
So for our audience who do not know him, but are excited for him and happy that he was elected, what would you like to tell those people in terms of expectations, what to expect from him?
Yeah, so Gabe, even though he's not tall, but his dreams and his aspirations and where he's going is taller than he is. Yes. So he's a well calculated, he knows what and he likes to hear from people because he likes those feedback. How am I doing? He calls me Ogo. He says, Ogo, how did I do? Ogo means in-law. How did I do? After every performance or after every thing that I attended, I said you did well. So, and then I tell him the things that I feel that he should have done, and he takes it. He's not the one who is very argumentative. He listens, he's very careful. So going into the State House, we know, and I know personally, that he has already set goals, and he wants to listen to the people in the constituency, and he is going to take their fight to the State House. But the only problem he has, right there, is because the Democrats are the minority. But he will continue to fight. He's a fighter. He's a fighter. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. It's so good to have family members be part of whatever it is that you're doing, because that's like kind of the backbone. For you to be able to accomplish a whole lot in the community, you need a very strong backbone. And I know that, just talking to you, I can imagine, the support that he must have from you. And I'm not just talking of now, even since the time you met him. So what would you like the audience, well, not only the audience, Nigerian Americans, Africans, people in Georgia, how would you encourage them to show him support? Because he needs that moving forward from the community.
I think we have to be very, looking out forward. So when he calls, right, or when you see flyers or something about Gabe calling, Honorable Gabe, go there and listen.
Yes.
Talk to him. Yes. It's not only listening, whatever that you can contribute, whether it's financial support or whether going out there and campaigning for him. There are many ways you can contribute, not only financially, even though finance is really the key, right? But if you can go in, for example, during the elections, you go and take flyers and be one of the foot soldiers to support him, I think that's greatly appreciated.
That is true. That is so true.
Beyond everything, one thing that I want to leave here with, before I go, is that Gabe is rooted in family. He's a very family-oriented man. Yes. He trusts in God. When you come out from a very strong family and have trust in God, the sky is your limit. Absolutely. And we will support him both in prayers, financially, and whatever he calls. I will be there to help mobilize people to support his cause.
Well, when he has supporters like you, I know that he's not going to go wrong. He's going to be okay. But thank you so much for coming out tonight, and thank you for all your support and encouragement. And we hope to see you again very shortly.
Definitely, you'll see me, and I look forward to more and more of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Take care. So, would you like to tell us who you are?
My name is Precious Okoye. My name is Akwabada Okoye.
Okay. So we have two daughters of Honorable Okoye here. So they're going to tell us how they've been so supportive of their dad, right?
Yes.
What else are you going to tell us?
That I love my dad and I'm proud of him and I'm just happy to see you happy. Yes, I'm just so thankful for his achievements, to be able to support him along the way, for him to accomplish something he's wanted so long. I'm just so proud of him.
And I saw when you were taking pictures with him, it was like you were literally like kind of trying to go inside him. I was like, okay, you have to chill out. But so tell us, what does this night mean to you? Just to see all the hard work that your dad put into, the campaign, even previous position that he's had. What does this night mean to you? Just to know there's a party celebrating his accomplishment.
It means a lot. This is just a reminder that he's worked so hard. Everything that he's worked hard for has come to light. So I'm just proud of him. I'm proud that he had the opportunity to do this, and I'm just thankful for him and everyone that came before him that gave him the opportunity to do this.
Okay. One more question before I let you guys go. Like I always tell our generation that there's a disconnect, and sometimes between you guys. When I say you guys, I mean your generation. So what would you like for older people? When I say older, your dad age and like that, what would you want them to like kind of do differently to be able to connect to your generation?
I would say that's a good conversation, that both generations need to sit down and have a conversation. Even events like this where all ages can come and just kind of connect, it'd be great. Networking can take place and understanding as well.
Yeah.
I would say for both generations to keep an open mind. We both come from two very different experiences, so if we just keep an open mind to the people that have come before us, and then they keep an open mind to us who are still learning, then we can help build that bridge and get over that gap. So just keep an open mind.
I like that. So one more question before I let you ladies go. I know we don't see behind the scene, you know, the things that happen in the home, but what would you like to tell our audience in terms of some of the great qualities of your dad at home?
I would say my dad is the calmest person I know, which is very critical in life. If life goes left, if it goes right, he remains calm through everything, and that's a great trait to have. So I would say our dad is very wise. He has a lot of wisdom to offer, and he always opens the door for us to come in and talk to him. Whatever the issue may be, he's willing to guide us, which is very important to us.
That's good. Well, thank you, ladies. You look so beautiful and stunning.
You too. Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And would you like to, well, I know who you are, but I would still love for you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, to the audience, my name is Gabe Okoye, newly elected representative for District 102 in the Georgia House of Representatives.
Well, thank you so much. How does this time, and I don't mean just this night, what does it mean to you? If you look at your journey, because I know that the journey has been long. I've heard great things about you even from Nigeria before you got here. What does this night mean to you?
Well, it does mean a lot. And I'm very nervous because it comes with a lot of responsibilities. And I'm afraid of failure. That is why I succeed. But this night, having my family, having my friends, and having everybody that counts in this party tells me that I have a lot of support. And having KC, the Omega people, here covering this event also mean a lot to me. So all I see going forward is a lot of work. It may not be hard work, but smart working. We are in the minority in the House, but it is also my goal to change it from minority to majority.
Absolutely. So what should, people who are like kind of watching and saying, oh my goodness, this is wonderful for Nigeria, but we don't know him, and we've heard great things about you all night. What is something that you would like to tell our audience that you would do moving forward that is going to be beneficial to everyone in the community? And when I say community, I don't just mean just Nigerians. I just mean everyone in not only your district, the state, and even the United States as a whole.
My answer might surprise you. When you are in the minority, you don't implement your programs. The majority gets their way all the time. Even if they see you have a good program, they might take it from you and put their name on it. It's allowed. So one thing I'm strongly passionate about doing is flipping the house from red to blue. That is when we can now do whatever we want that is good for the people. That is when promises made will be promises kept. Right now, it's neither here nor there. So we're going to do that. But one thing I'm also passionate about is old people. Usually they are overlooked. They are fragile and weak. But we must remember that there was a time that old fragile lady turned heads. The same thing about the man. And one thing is clear, if we are lucky, we will be old. So the sooner we make life comfortable for old people, the better it will be for us.
That is so true. That is so true. Now that election is coming up in Nigeria, I just had to ask you this. What are some of the concerns that you have about everything that is going on in Nigeria? And what advice would you have for not only people who are in politics, but even like kind of, regular people like you and I, who are like, oh my goodness, when are things going to change in Nigeria? When will things be better? What do we have to do differently? What do you have to say, not only to the politicians, but also to the regular people?
I wish Nigeria would have a free and fair election. That will begin to solve some of the problems. I wish Nigerians will refuse money and vote for whoever they believe is the best candidate in the race. And I wish that the government of Nigeria will let the elections go as it should. And I wish there will be no violence in this election. And I wish all the candidates good luck.
And thank you. So one last question before I let you go. I know a lot of people see it as an achievement for Nigerians, Americans, but what would you like to say to all other African countries who live in this, not only in the state of Georgia, but even in diaspora? What does this also mean to them? Because you're like kind of, you're representing them also. So what would you like to say to those people?
Well, until you tell me that Nigeria is not in Africa, then I will begin to separate the two. But Nigeria is in Africa, so when Nigerians win, Africans win. Like, we would love diversity. I have worked so hard to get our Africans into the American politics. It will be a failure if in the next 2 cycles it's still just these 4 or 5 people. We must have Africans join. And whoever has the opportunity to run should run. It doesn't have to be a Nigerian. It just have to be an African that has a good chance. Please, I encourage every one of them to run for office when the opportunity is right.
Okay, I know I keep saying one more question, but I still also have one more. What would you like to say to people at home? I interviewed a gentleman a while ago, and he was so proud to say the first Igbo in America, in Georgia. What would you like to say to people who are from your community in your state?
Well, I'm from the best little town in the world, Enugu Agede. And I am so proud of that town. I love Enugu Agede. And I want to let them know that I cannot forget my origin. I want to let the people at home know that I cannot forget my origin. Listen, they bred me, they brought me up, and there's no way they will not be remembered. remembered all the time.
Thank you so very much and congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, everyone. I think we're wrapping up tonight's event. We're so excited that Honorable Shego joined us earlier on as well. I just want to kind of encourage everyone to know that this is a journey for all of us. We have to be very supportive of all the 5 individuals who were elected in the state of Georgia, and we hope that many more will be elected. We encourage everyone to come out anytime we have any events. When you hear of any events, please come out and be supportive of all these individuals, because at the end of the day, remember, they're representing us. So thank you all for listening and joining us today. So on behalf of Worldview and Omega Studio, I thank you all and have a wonderful evening.
I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in the peaceful dreams I see, the road leads back to you. I said, Georgia, oh Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see, the road leads back to you. Whoa, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I said just an old sweet song keeps Georgia